did potentially set this up just right. There we go. That's better. That's a filming area that exists. Right, so I am off in the corner, and the camera is probably not picking up my voice, and if it is, it's picking it up incredibly quietly. Alright, I'm over here now, right in front of the microphone. You may be wondering why I've got the PS2009 out. We already did a review on this. Old news. €7. I paid like $40 for this thing. It was a ripoff. This did come with a screw for this hole, but I've lost it, and I haven't bothered grabbing another screw to replace it. Actually, I believe I found it. I put it somewhere, and now I can't figure out where it is. But yeah. So all I need to say before this is that I want to clear up something about this. There were two versions of this. One that was sold under PSP branding, and a more common one, or one that was more common back then, but it's harder to find now, which was sold under PZP branding. And I'm sure you're wondering, what does this have to do with anything that is happening? It's because we're reviewing the Playzone Portable Blox 9000 handheld gaming system. Over 9,000 different ways to play. Choose from these games and many more. From Playzone Portable, who I do not believe exist anywhere else, and there's no record of them making anything but this. And I'll talk about why in a sec, because I'm pretty sure there's a reason for it. You might have already noticed the initials are similar to something I was talking about earlier. Copyright 2005. This is, I believe, 03, so this is a bit newer. So I'm sure you're wondering, why are we doing all this PS 2009 talk? We already reviewed this. We don't need to go over this again. It's because the Blox 9000 may have taken a tiny amount of inspiration from the PS 2009. Just a little. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Yes, because ripoffs of ripoffs do actually exist. And they're not uncommon either. Although this one certainly was. Yeah, aside from the placement of these two buttons, which may have just been a factory error for all I know, they are identical pretty much in hardware. This one's got no hand strap. Or this one's got no hand strap, which means this one is better by default. And this is actually a sort of a shoddier clone of this, which is funny because it looks more legitimate. They both look like awful fake PSPs, but that one looks a little more legitimate in its branding and presentation. Now you may be wondering, well, Furbland, these aren't clones. The battery compartment is clearly different. Look, there's a hole for a screw here and a hole for no screw here. You remember when I said that the PZP branded version had a different battery compartment? That's what I was talking about. The PZP branded version looked like this with its battery compartment, and the PSP branded version looked like this. I would compare it against a PZP branded version since that's what it's clearly based off of, but I've only got one with the PSP branding, and I don't think I'm going to get hold of another PS 2009 soon, considering how rare these are. And there goes my refrigerator. Have fun listening to that for the rest of the video. So I suppose I'm going to get this out of the way for just a finger licking second here, and we're just gonna go over this very quickly. It does that. That's the startup tune. If we hit rotate, the tune continues playing seamlessly on the menu, which is something that you're gonna need to. If we hit rotate, the tune continues playing seamlessly on the menu, which is something you might want to remember for later. Standard pop station stuff. Off. Now, they didn't have the ROM that this runs, so they attempted to replicate it as closely as possible, and did a really bad job. Notice that it only played the first bit of the song, whereas this plays the whole entire bit, if we listen. Yeah. So that plays the whole thing. We're going to turn that off now. So if I turn this off and then back on, go into the menu, you'll notice that the theme is not going to play continuously. It's actually going to restart. Also turning it on and off, it'll stay in the menu. Yep, just like that. So you gotta reset it, because if you turn it off and then back on, it stays in the menu and doesn't default to showing the splash screen, which is another interesting quirk of this ROM. This is definitely based on an older ROM. This one is. Presumably that was just easier to get a hold of. And really, that's about all the differences. We're gonna do some gameplay of some of the games in a sec, but please hold, because my iPad battery is extremely low and I'm afraid it's going to die, and so I need to go charge it. Please do. I have managed to, via a bit of mucking around, to get the iPad charging while it's, but I did have to move the filming area a bit, so that means we have these crusty... Oh, nope, they're gone. Boom. See? I'm so good at this. So good at YouTubing. Right, so let's put these back where they were previously. We can probably discard the boxes now, actually. The boxes aren't even remotely similar. Not even the PZP one and this one are similar. Which is a bit odd. The back's similar? No. This one's just got random instructions, and this one's got, I suppose we had better read the back of the box. Introducing the new PlayZone portable gaming system that puts you in control of over 9,000 different game options. Enjoy hours of fun with a variety of games and difficulties guaranteed to challenge your skills. The contoured 8-button gamepad is easy to control and comfortably fits into any gamer's hand. Press the volume control key to adjust the volume or even turn the sound off for play anytime, anywhere. Makes a great gaming companion on the go or around the house. It's just a brick game. It's just got normal brick game features. There's nothing like insane about it. It's a brick game. You'll notice the tunes don't even match up remotely if we turn them both on at the same time. After the camera focuses, that is. Oh, and yes, the LCD screens are different colors in person. It's not just the camera. Oh. That didn't really work now, did it? As you can see, they start to become sort of desynced, and this one has a spongy button, so sometimes it thinks I'm pressing it twice. The buttons on this one are... well, they're both bad, but this one's actually better than this one. I don't know if that's just because this has been sitting around a variety store in Greece for 20 years. That is where I got it from. I didn't go to Greece and then buy it from a variety store. Someone bought it from a variety store for a reasonable price and then was selling it for like way too much money on eBay. And I bought it because it was rare and I have money spending problems. Yeah. So again, hand strap, no hand strap. I think we've covered that already. Yeah. Different backing stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna get this out of the way now, because other than that, I believe this has exactly the same ROM They very much tried to replicate the jingles, I believe, the game losing jingle, which is... Tetris with just I believe. But yeah, if we do this. If you thought of Freddy Fazbear when you heard that, that was not any coincidence. They both originate from it's the same tune. Now back to the Playzone Portable. Let's get it nicely in frame here. Another thing that I wanted to mention is this is a ripoff of the PZP version. You notice the initials. I brushed over this earlier. But then I never really elaborated on what the thing was. I hinted at some of you might be guessing what this is already, but I didn't actually elaborate on what the thing was. So Playzone Portable, PZP. My fingers aren't pointing good. P, and then there's a Z, and then there's a P. You can read. You can initials. So yeah, they've sort of attempted to take the bootleg PSP sound and name, and it is a bootleg PSP sound. It was made to be a bootleg PSP sound and name, and actually turn it into something that isn't hard to pronounce, like PZP, and makes other people around you think you're choking or something. So back to video games. Thankfully, it's not nearly as long as the other one, which actually has a somewhat good rendition of the theme. Oh yeah, and it just sort of beeps when you rotate. It doesn't like make up. It just sort of emits this shrill shriek. But yeah, it does have all the same games in all the same order, I believe, with all the same levels and whatnot, because it is a brick game and uses a somewhat similar ROM. Let's play some Snake. Oh yeah, the start music is just Ode to Joy again. Why? Because I can. Yeah, the start music is just Ode to Joy again. This beeping isn't annoying in the slightest. I also enjoy how it puts the... I was turning. Brick game Snake has never been easy. Like Snake on hard mode. See, this is how you can tell that I'm good at video games. Because I do this. Finally, one that is not. This beeping is driving me insane. I'm going to kill somebody. I was going to. And then it doesn't actually just... It doesn't have a you lost the game noise. It just... does that. Let's play some Frogger, or whatever this game was called on the pop station, the brick game. Now correct me if I'm wrong, I'm no frog expert, but I don't believe frogs explode when they touch water. That might just be me though, who knows, I'm not a guaranteed frog expert. This game is rigged. God, now we gotta sit through this again. Let's play the memory game, or the whatever, the game where you hit the buttons. Start. Oh, good. It's just gonna keep doing this, isn't it? Oh, God, you really gotta do it fast. I hit the button. I do not want to sit through Ode to Pain again. I'm losing my patience with this thing. Oh, it keeps going. Oh, Christ. How do you do this? How do we make the blocks? Okay, there we go. Like, oh, and then like that. Was that a yes or a no? That was a no. What did I do wrong? I feel like I did that pretty darn good. Let's play some Tetris. Oh my god. I hit the wrong button. Let's play a Tetris variant, like strange clock-looking thing, which I presume is supposed to be a cue. Wait, you gotta maneuver your Tetris bits between these, like, holes. Is that what's going on? You've got, like, Tetris holes. Sounds like a euphemism for something. Mom, I've got Tetris holes. Need to see a doctor. Looks like a euphemism for something, too, with the pattern I've made. How in the world do I... If you haven't figured it out by now, I suck at Tetris. I don't even remember what the... What? I don't even know some of these things existed. You know, that's enough of that. 97. Why was I on level 97? What? Who put me on level... It was probably me accidentally hitting the down button instead of the off button. So that's that wonderful piece of, item. I'm trying to crank through all of the pop stations I have by uploading daily UPRS episodes, because I've just discovered where to buy massive lots of new ones, and so I want to get done with all of the ones that I currently have before I start purchasing more to make more reviews on. This is awkward. So, nice weather we've been having. Yeah, about those clouds up in the sky.